Hi, I'm Sherry, and welcome to The Eyes Have It. I am here to do a surgical update, and I want to say it's been 10 weeks tomorrow since my surgery. And so today was a big day because the last I spoke to you about my surgery, I had my 6-week surgical update with my surgeon. He was happy with everything but my range of motion, how I can bend my leg back. Was unhappy with that. Sent me for 4 weeks more of physical therapy. Told me if you don't get to 120 by the time you come back here, then in 4 weeks, then I'm going to have to do what's called a manipulation, which is to put me under and crunch my knee and break up scar tissue and that type of thing. And then have 3 very intense days in a row of physical therapy to take advantage of the new looseness before it freezes up again. So for 4 weeks I've been dreading that because I knew that I was not progressing range of motion wise as quickly as some people and as quickly as my surgeon wanted. So for 4 weeks, for most of 4 weeks, I have had this dread and almost this darkness about the fact that I was going to have this painful procedure. Not painful during, maybe, because I'd be put under, but painful coming out of it because I probably wouldn't be on painkillers because I've weaned off the painkillers long ago, and painful because I'd have to go right from the surgeon's office to the physical therapist and immediately have therapy on a very painful knee, and then go 3 days in a row, 3 or 4 that day and 3 more days of physical therapy all in a row, very intense. My therapist told me, if you have to have a manipulation, there is no messing around. The therapy that has to happen after a manipulation is really high wattage, hard assed therapy. And I just, in my core, felt like I could not go through that. And I thought that there was no chance I wasn't going to go through it because he wanted 120 degrees and I was not progressing that fast. So as of last Monday a week ago, so it's a week and a half, just over a week, I got to 106 degrees. It was my first time over 100, and that was with them pushing. And then this past Friday, before the weekend, I got 102 on my own, meaning just, me pushing as far as I could. So I went in there today to the surgeon for, my now 4 weeks after the 6 weeks, which is 10 weeks, checkup. And I walked in there saying the chances of me not having to have the manipulation are so small. And my therapist said, I think if we get to 105, which is considered functional, that you'll be okay. And he won't have, it depends on how hard he's being. And I just thought, oh, he just talked so hard about this 120. Oh, God, it's not good. So I walked in there today full of trepidation. And I told him, I said, and I don't think I've told you guys this yet, I had a fall on Sunday evening. We had, as you may know, a great deal of snowfall here for southern Delaware. And I walked my dog out back, or I took her out back to go potty, and there was this grassy area, and so we had used it that morning, Sunday morning, or Saturday evening, I don't remember which. And then Sunday evening we went back out there, and I was going to have her go in the grass again because she won't go where there's snow. And I started, just marching through the snow, assuming it was the same that it was the last time I was through there, and it had drifted very deep for me, I'm 4'4.5". And all of a sudden, I realized, I just had this 1 second of realization. Shit, I've gone too deep. And I tried to take one more step, lost my balance, went down. I don't think I went down on my knee. I think I went down on my bum, but I'm not sure. The hard part being once I fell, I couldn't get up. And it was probably 10 minutes of me rolling around, trying to take my surgical leg and bend it behind me and place my foot on the ground so that, I could try to use it to get up with. Couldn't get up. So eventually I rolled. I just took my body and I just rolled because I couldn't get up. And I didn't want to crawl because I had gloves on, but they were already wet and full of ice and snow. And so I didn't want to crawl and get my hands more frigid. So I just did my hands like this and I just rolled my whole body across this little field until I got to the grassy part. And thank God I was able to get up. So I've been sore ever since. I twisted my ankle a little bit, not severely, but enough that I feel it when I'm in shoes and I'm out, and about. But my knee has been hurting like crazy since, like much worse. Not that I damaged the knee, and today they said, do you think we need to take more x-rays? I said, I don't think I did any structural damage. I just think it was sore already. And then I spent 10 minutes writhing on the ground trying to get it under me so that it could support me. So I just think it's been through a lot. And plus, 3, 4, what has it been, 4 days now of snow and ice. So it's just had a hard time. So anyhow, the good news is he looked at me and I said, did you get my physical therapy report? And he said, no, not the latest one. Well, I know it's in his record. He just hadn't looked at it yet. And I said, well, we got to 106 last Monday. I said, with the therapists pushing. And I said, I got to 102 this past Friday on my own. He said, well, all right then. He said, if you're saying that where you are right this minute as I'm bending your leg is worse off than when you last were at the PT, which it is because of the fall, he says, I have no issue with that. He says, you don't need a manipulation. Guys, I'm telling you, my heart just almost leapt out of my chest because I had surrounded that today with so much stress and so much dread and so much just fear, I guess, because I just didn't think I could take more pain. So when he said, he says, I don't think you need a manipulation. I think you're right, you're okay with 10 weeks in terms of where you are at 10 weeks. It's not that big a deal. With 6 weeks, he made it sound like I was bottom of the barrel, So anyhow, oh my God, I came out of there. I wanted to throw a party. I was so happy. So moving forward, he's giving me 4 more weeks of physical therapy. And he wants me back in April, which is great, which means he doesn't want me immediately back at the end of the 4 weeks. He's going to see me again at the end of April, which will be my 6-month checkup. So it has just taken so much stress and so much fear and every negative emotion off of my heart and off of my mind. It just is amazing. And to celebrate, I'm not proud of this, but to celebrate, I went to Baskin & Robbins. Our Baskin & Robbins and our Dunkin' Donuts are in one shop. And I got 2 glazed donuts and a scoop of ice cream. Because I was just like, I have to party. I have to celebrate. It was such a big deal to me. So yay to not having the other painful procedure I was going to have. So I've got 4 more weeks to try to get further along. And I will tell you, I have got to do better at home. I work my ass off when I'm at PT. I do. And I have never had a physical therapist say you're not trying hard enough, you know. But at home, I'm not as good. And I have to be much, much, much better. So that when I go back there at the end of April, they'll be like, oh, you know, you're good to go. I don't need to see you again, you know, till the 1 year mark or something. So anyhow, I just wanted to catch you up with where we are. I am having pain, but because of the fall. But previously to that, like a week and a half ago, I was walking without the cane. I was walking without a limp. I had multiple people stop me and just say, "Oh my God, you're doing amazing." So I had some really intense PT by a different therapist last week. That was really, really, really pushing hard. So I went backwards. And then I had my regular therapist at the end of the week on Friday, and I told him, I said, Joe, I've gone backwards. And I'm not particularly happy about it, especially with my surgical visit coming up on Tuesday, which was today. So, you know, he was like, well, you know, let's try to do some massage and stuff and see if we can get it feeling better. So anyhow, I'm sorry, it's 11 minutes, and I just uploaded a really long Q&A video. So I'm sorry to do 2 in a row, but now that I'm using my tablet, I kind of have to post them as I film them. Otherwise, sometimes I can't find them on the tablet if I don't post them right away. All right. Oh, why am I doing that? Okay, thanks so much. I probably I won't do another surgical update probably until late April unless I have something to report. Okay? Take care, be well, and always be yourself. Bye.